You have no idea how excited I am to be sitting down to talk to you guys. Good afternoon, everyone. Oh my god, I'm back. Hey, it's a little different setup. Quick little update. One, I moved to Florida. I didn't realize, one, just how much it was affecting my depression. And I'm just like a plant and I need the sun and I need to thrive. If I could show you guys in a nice way how much darker I've gotten, I'm just thriving. It's too good. We went to the west side of Florida where it's a little bit more, you know, fun, coastal, safe. You pick up what I'm putting down. And now I'm just living my best beach girl life. Cute. We bought a house. My husband got out of the army. Benefits, the reason why he did one contract, and one of them was so that we'd actually be able to buy a house in our lives. So yeah, this is our home for the foreseeable future and we absolutely love it. I will not be doing a house tours because safety reasons. It always stresses me on people online show the full layout of their house from front to back. I had my second son, if you guys weren't aware of that. I kind of just disappeared, but it's really hard living in Colorado, not having family to help, and then even here where we're living in Florida, we're still in our own space very much, so everything just falls on me when my husband's at work and stuff. And so it's just really hard to find the balance of focusing myself. If you can't tell from my hair, I just took a shower while they're down for a nap, and then to think about content creation and all that, it's just a little bit hard to dive into at first. My son is 5 months old now, so it's easier. We have a flow and all this stuff, and I don't feel so, like I said, just environmentally I feel so much lighter, so it's just a lot more fun, and I'm really excited to be back and talking to you guys. I cannot believe we're in the 4th month of the year already and this is my first YouTube video, and I don't even know how long. I just did a Instagram reel and a TikTok video of all the books I read in March and what I thought about them, so I'm not going to be doing a full video about that, but we're just going to dive in now to my TBR for this month. I have a really big goal to, at least by I really wanted to have this done by summer, to be done with my whole entire physical TBR shelf in my room. I have other books in our office that are on the bottom of my bookcase. Those are also unread, but my big goal is to narrow down the books that I have in my room. So I have quite a good amount. I have a good amount of physical books to show you guys. Starting off with, obviously, now that it's spring, we're doing a lot more romance, cowboy romance, a little small town romance, stuff like that. So I have Always Mine by Laura Pavlov. This is a re-release of a series she's had. These edges are freaking gorgeous. This is why I want to start reading this series, so I have an excuse to get the other books eventually, because I'm trying not to buy full series before I dive into them anymore, and they do all go together to make a really pretty scene. So yeah, that's the one thing that's making this narrowing down my physical TBR goal hard. But this is a best friends to lovers small town romance. It seems that he's a firefighter. His name is Nico West, the most beautiful man I've ever laid my eyes on, and he's been her best friend since kindergarten. He always says the only solid thing in his life is their friendship. He's Honey Mountain's favorite player, and
I'm what you call a relationship girl.
who better to show me what I've been missing? But now that we crossed that line, I don't know if friendship is enough for me. I'm trying to diversify my genres, so little romances that are about this big. Let me see how many pages actually is in this story. I count before the epilogue. I don't always read the epilogue. Before the epilogue, this is only 308 pages, and this also has a bonus epilogue, so it's a pretty quick little read, and there's a few more chapters if you're in love with the characters, which I do appreciate that. Hopefully I am, so I can take advantage of that. That's number 1. Then I have Fragile Sanctuary by Catherine Kells, also re-released. She got picked up by Sourcebook Casablanca. I don't know what you would call it, but when another author puts a quote, I guess, on the back. Gripping, emotional, utterly romantic, and it kept me guessing till the very end. Fragile Sanctuary is romantic suspense perfection. He's everything I'm not, grumpy, rude, more than a little attached to solitude. It doesn't matter how many times I try to kill him with kindness, this man simply won't crack, until he sees me shatter. Because when my world comes crashing down around me, Anson is the one catching me as I fall, and the so-called accidents start plaguing every part of my life, it's Anson who steps in to keep me safe. But Anson's a man with secrets, and they have a price. When they're revealed, neither of us will make it out unscathed. Romantic suspense is one genre that I've learned that I absolutely love, honestly more than traditional romance. I love when it has just a little extra layer in it, and that's something I've recently learned about another. I've had this on my shelf for too long, since it got released, so 5-6 months now. I'm more than a little embarrassed by it. She's still re-releasing. It's a full, like, I think 5-6 book series, so there's much more to go if I end up enjoying it. This is such a little pretty spring stack so far. Now I'm gonna purposefully find the colorful books to keep this going. A new release, I got the Strawberry Pumpkin Patch Pancake House by Lori Gilmore. I've read all the books in this series. This is like the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, and the Christmas Tree Farm. Absolutely love this. The sticker is removable, by the way. I only got this one because Target's closest to me now from where I live, but also I love a good bonus content moment, especially when I know that I love the author and I eat these books up so fast. Again, another quick little read before the epilogue. This is 356 pages, and this is about a chef, single dad, Archer, and I've learned that I really love single parent, doesn't matter which one, romances. I read Wild Love last month. Yeah, totally unlocked the love for that trope. Dream Harbor needs a new chef, and Archer needs a community to help raise his daughter. Iris has never managed to hold in a job, so when Mayor Kelly suggests Archer is looking for a live-in nanny, she almost runs in the opposite direction. Now Iris finds herself in a whole new world, one where her gorgeous new boss lives right across the hall and likes to cook topless. Keeping everything strictly professional should be easy. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna eat this up. I love these in their little stacks. The spines on these books are just, oh, I cannot wait to put it with the rest. Then I don't know where my coffee is right now, but I'm obviously reading Sunrise on the Reaping, just like the rest of the book community right now. I'm on like page 102 right now. I have been reading this so slow. Like, I've literally never read something this slow, and it's like something that I love. I love Haymitch, and it just makes me so sad following his story. There's like literally, I'm getting emotional. There's literally nothing good that happens to him. Oh my god, stop. Anyway, so yeah, it's been taking me a minute. But you're just following Haymitch's games. He's from the 50th Hunger Games was the one he got picked up in, and it's a quarter quell, which if you watch the Hunger Games movie, traditionally they do 4 from each district, but in Katniss's quarter quell, they bring back all the like previous winners. So, you know, President Snow eventually changes the rules. But Haymitch's case, it's 4 kids that are picked up from each district, and he just ends up being the second boy. So yeah, it's been a tough read for sure. I'll probably finish it by the end of this month, honestly, because it's just like I can literally only handle like 15-20 pages at a time. Then I picked up the Charlie Method recently, and that's only because they had the Target edition in stock at the Target that I live near now, and I believe it's a different color scheme on the cover. I just really liked the pink together. And also I am a sucker for a good character print, and they had this one inside, so yeah, had to pick it up. This is an MMF, or I don't know if the guides are together too. I want to say they are. Follows Charlotte Kingston. She's the daughter of a player. This is second generation from the Off-Campus series. She is a woman in STEM, a biomedical engineer, set in college too. At night, she's Charlie, a risk-taking daredevil looking for fun who finds herself chatting on a dating app with 2 anonymous hotties. Will Larson may seem like a breezy boy next door, but his congressman father is a constant thorn in his side. After scandal hits another Division I hockey program, Will's dad is determined to distance his son from it, which means the last thing Will wants is for anyone to find out he and his best friend Beckett doing a laid-back Aussie shielding secret heartache. I cannot handle Australians. Share a girl's bedroom. When Charlie finally meets them in person and realizes she's been chatting with 2 gorgeous Bayou hockey players, things get steamy fast. One thing about me, a polyamorous story, you got me. Then, like I told you guys, I read Wild Love last month, so I am going to be finishing the other 2 books. Wild Side came out last month. I had to pick it up also, and then I picked up Wild Eyes right before I moved from Colorado. It has a character art inside of it too. So I learned from reading Wild Love that Elsie actually had these really well thought out. Like, I've met both of these people already, and there was also a Wild Side reference inside of Wild Love. I don't know, you might have to reread it to find it, but yeah, I underlined it. A rugged mountain town seemed like the perfect escape from a life in shambles, but on day 1 she ran full tilt into the world's hottest single dad, and now all her plans are ruined. If you read Wild Love, this is the brother, oh my god, what's his name? Wes. It's Wes' story with Skylar Stone, one of the musicians that Ford is trying to pick up in Wild Love. He is also a single dad too, so we're getting that trope again, and she's trying to clean up her image. I do remember that from Wild Love, and Ford's trying to get like his producing company off the ground, so he thinks they'd be a good team in that regard, so she moves to Rose Hill. The man is a shameless flirt. He uses confidence and masculinity in a way that's downright distracting, and in bed he's addictive. Everything with him is wild and impulsive, and Skylar is desperate to regain some control, but no one has supported her like Wes does, and no one has ever made her feel as loved as he does either. So while Skylar's brain says settling down in a small town horse trainer is impossible, her heart says she's right where she belongs. But Skylar knows better than anyone that you don't always get what you want. So needless to say, I cannot wait to read this, and my spines match finally. I have the Wild Love cover that says like 1 on it because I just didn't buy it when it first came out. I haven't read any of my Elsie books. I have the entire Chestnut Spring series in the indie covers because I was just never going to be able to get them ever again, and I don't like the Bloom ones. I'm still pumping. Have to remember. Oh my god, that was really cold. I'm still pumping, so I have to remember to drink water. Then this is a man from their bowling team, or like he's pushed into it by Tabby, who runs, who works at the diner in town, if I remember correctly. And he is a wrestler called Wildside. It's Reese. So this is Marriage of Convenience. Tabitha's nephew's guardianship is contested, so she decides to do a little fake marriage with Reese, which I don't think it's fake. I think it's actually real, but it's fake because they don't actually, care about each other. Tabitha and Reese barely talk at all, which would be fine, except when he's not talking, he's staring, and the way he looks at her is borderline indecent. The tension between them has always been palpable, but living under the same roof is a dangerous temptation. Tabitha swore she would never forgive him, but that was before she knew the man behind the mask. The one who's fierce and protective, the one who's gentle and patient, the one who shows up for her and her nephew when they need him most. He's not all who she thought he was, and that makes hating her husband so much harder and loving him just a little too easy. And she doesn't know what he's always covered in bruises. She just thinks he's like really secretive. I'm so excited. Can I just like skip it to this book? Like, do you think, the most spoilers gonna be like Skylar and Wes are together, I feel like, so like I don't think it's a big deal. Yep. So I'll be reading both of these this month. Lastly, I have two just like, I don't know, actually different genres for my physical books. Amazon Publishing sent me 3 thrillers, and You Killed Me First by John Myers was one of them. So this is a newer release. 3 women, 3 smoldering secrets. Who will make it out alive? It's November 5th, and a woman awakens to a nightmare. Bound and gagged, she lies trapped in the heart of a towering bonfire. As the smoke thickens, panic sets in. She's moments away from being engulfed in flames. How did it come to this? Margot's a fated TV star. So her and her struggling friend Anna have a new neighbor named Liv, and she seems to have like the perfect life. The 3 women soon fabricate the perfect pretense of friendship, but each harbors her own deadly secrets. A newcomer, Liv, senses something is terribly wrong beneath the polished exterior. Bonfire night is approaching and someone is set to burn, but who will it be? So yeah, I'm gonna be reading this for sure. I've been wanting to read one of his books for the longest time. There's one, I think it's called Keep It in the Family, that everyone always talks about in the bookish community, but I've just never picked it up, so I'm definitely reading this. Thank you, Amazon Publishing, for this book. Then lastly, I picked up the Zodiac Academy book 1 in February. I don't know if they got picked up or if they're just redoing the covers, but I wanted to have all of these. However, I have failed. Book 4 just stopped being printed on the 1st this month, and it's currently April 3rd, so it's a little bit too late. But they are chunky, and like I said, trying not to buy the whole series all at once, and so it's been taking a minute. I have been listening to the graphic audio, so there's like background noises, a big cast of character, like everyone has their own voice. It's not like, like a woman having like a man's voice and then doing the female part. It's a lot of people, and it's so fun. It's like watching a movie or listening to like, in this case, like a trashy reality show, because there's just so much that goes on in these books. If you're not familiar with Zodiac Academy, we're basically at like a Hogwarts, but it has a lot more like, vampires, werewolves, sirens, let me think, Then to go on with like the zodiac theme, they all have specific like elemental powers too, and the more you have, the just more revered you are, and typically the higher position you have just like in society. So we follow the Vega twins, and they obviously have, I think they have every elemental power, but they did not grow up in this world, but they are the daughters of the most recent king and queen, I want to say. It's been a minute since I read these, but I feel like I'm right. This is also a bully romance and a teacher student, but they're in college, so like it's fine. Ethically it's not, but like, you know, morally we're fine. There is a group of 4 male best friends. I forget what their whole like world is called, but they are the heirs to the throne, and so they are like not having it with the Vega twins being in town. So like right now we're just dealing with a whole lot of bullying, a whole lot of, I just can't even fathom where the romance is going to come into play here, because they're really awful to them. But we're immediately picking up from the cliffhanger of book 1, and yeah, like I said, very chunky. 533 pages. Something about me, I need like a 2-3 page recap in each one of these books because there is so much that goes on. Something to think about, Caroline and Suzanne. Then on my Kindle, I am a chronic Libby like put on holder booker person, but right now I am just on like a binge of Abby Jimenez books. I picked up Part of Your World and The Fall Risk that she dropped last month with Amazon Publishing. If you don't know, if you're a Prime member, you have like a set of 6 books, I want to say. You can pick 2 of them that are like new releases through Amazon Publishing, and the Fall Risk was one of those books. So now I'm reading yours truly. I absolutely loved the stories. She just always has like something deeper going on than just following the relationship in her books. I love the layers. I love how rounded out her characters are. You can tell she's put a lot of thought into them. They are very relatable. It almost feels like, I don't know, it feels like they're one of the more human characters I've ever read. Like, they definitely feel like something I would do or a thought process that I would have. They're not just so, like, one-sided, just like, you know, the most obvious takes. Then I have one art. It's the Save the Date. I don't have, like, the cover on my Kindle, but I'll show you guys on the screen. I actually know nothing about this book. I just saw it on NetGalley and thought it looked cute. It seemed like something I would really enjoy, and I really want to get into being able to review more arcs and just get more into the bookish space as a whole, and it was just one that I was gifted with being able to get my hands on. I've been really wanting to start the DC Stars series by Chelsea Curto. I don't really know how you say her last name, but I have just seen these covers so much. I think they're so cute. I'm not foreign to hockey romance. I absolutely loved Icebreaker. I'm one of those girls. Don't get mad. It's just, you're not gonna change my mind. It's just how it is. I loved it. I'm really excited to start this series. I have Slapshot on my Kindle, but that's not the first book. That's just the most recent one she came out with. That's like a single mom trope. Yeah, like I said, a lot of single parenting going on here. I don't know what that's about because I'm not a single parent, but it's speaking to me. I'm gonna get into book 1 this month for sure and report back. Clearly I want to dip my toes in a little more hockey romance with the Charlie method also, so we'll just see how that goes. But that's been a series I've had my eyes on for a long time, and I'm just finally gonna pull the trigger and I'm just gonna read it. I'm not really getting into like summary books right now quite yet. I think that's gonna be like a May, June, July situation. But for now, like spring just feels like small town, definitely cowboy romance, definitely just like, I don't know, cozy thrillers. I don't know, we're not into like the too seasonal stuff. It's just not speaking to me right now. But anyways, that's all the books I want to read in April. I'll report back to you guys. Last month I read 9 books. I think this could be doable, but I am a mood reader at the end of the day, so we'll just have to see what I come up with at the beginning of next month when I report back to you guys. So happy to be back. I can't wait to be making more videos for you guys, and hopefully you enjoyed this one. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Let me know what books you've read that are on my TBR for this month. Let me know what you're thinking about in terms of your own TBR breaking down for the year. I just don't want to go into next year with 100 books again. You know what I'm saying? And I'll see you guys in the next video.